What is up, guys? It's Ralphie, aka your fellow collector, bringing you guys another review. This time I review Marvel Universe Dark Hawkeye, also known as Bullseye. Now, one funny story about this figure. Ages before this wave came out, there was actually an eBay user who sold these, and he somehow got a hold of the prototypes of the figures. He sold this whole wave, and lo and behold, at the time nobody knew if these figures were gonna come out at all. They were actually, Hasbro was looking to announce them at Comic-Con, but lo and behold, it was true. But you never know with eBay users, because some of them try to rip you off. Some of them try to say they got a hold of some figures that came out ages ago, that are gonna come out, and then what happens? They run off with your money. It happened to a personal friend of mine who was trying to buy some figures off of there too. Actually, wait, no, that's not this wave. Never mind. Well, I personally am a big fan of this character. Bullseye is a very interesting character. I do like the fact that his power is just awesome. His power is great. Like, he could take anything he wants and turn it into a projectile. He even took his own teeth and spat it at a nun and killed a nun with it, with his own teeth. That's something not many people can do. And he's had countless team-ups / fights with Deadpool. Actually, no, just a few. He's actually had some scuffles with Daken while they were in the Dark Avengers together. Daken actually used his pheromones to screw with him, and they actually ended up kissing, which was weird. But, nothing against bisexuals. It was just weird to see that, because I couldn't tell at all. And also, he said he was about to kill Mac Gargan once because of the fact that Mac got transformed by Morgana Le Fay in the first mission of the Dark Avengers. But getting to this character, he's also had a lot of fights with Spider-Man and Daredevil. But going back to the figure itself. Now, the card art right here is done by none other than the man Mike Deodato here. He's a very good artist. He draws some characters very well in proportion. He draws the females with almost the same exact body type. But I don't mind it. The one thing I do have that I kind of don't like sometimes with his art is that it looks shaded. And when he draws Norman Osborn as the Iron Patriot, he draws him with a lot of muscle. He makes it look as if the suit is just a muscular suit, as preferred to an Iron Man suit. Which is kind of strange, but I don't mind it. I had a hard time trying to find out where they were selling this figure too. But I actually went to Target today, on this very day, and I called in to see if they got anything new. I was kind of being lazy and I didn't want to go, but they said that a scalper came in and cleaned up everything. But then they said that they had an extra box and they'd put it out for me if I wanted, and that's what they did after I got there. And I decided to buy just this figure. I didn't have enough money to buy more, but I would have loved to. But the thing is, I hid the rest of the figures in a special hiding place, and until I buy the rest of them, and until then, that's where they'll stay, and I'll see to it that happens. And yeah, and I was very angry when I heard that a scalper came in and bought them. And apparently the people in Target didn't like them. I mean, that's pretty amazing. And a bunch of personal stuff happened today, but that's not here or there. Oh. Well, this figure is very well done. It's a very great job of Hasbro to make newer characters, and to also make newer versions of characters. And Marvel Universe is actually very much, it's about to eclipse the amount of characters that Marvel Legends made, and all the variants even. So I'm very happy with that, and I'm also happy that they even made figures that haven't made it to Marvel Legends yet. I mean, they made Ages of Thunder Thor, they made Iron Patriot, They made the modern Thor. I mean, they made all these characters that were, like, I just can't believe that they made them. It's amazing. But going back to the figure itself, this figure has very good detail done on it. It has chainmail, as you can see on the arms, and on the top part of here that he puts. That's his tunic, and the loincloth. He has all of that. They're actually separate pieces here. This was just painted over. And speaking of the paint, most of the purple parts here are done in a very metallic type of finish, which I have to tip my hat to Hasbro for, because of the simple fact that it just looks great. And except for the head and a few parts here where, like, you see the straps running up and down here, that's where it's not shiny, it's not glossy, it's not metallic. And also over here, this is a separate piece. You have to put it on yourself, but in order to do that, you have to pop off this head. And this, I like the paint job on this too. It looks brown. It's completely brown, but they put a purple metallic finish on the front part, so when you're shining in light, you can kind of see it. And also the arrow has a lot of detail on it too. The costume in general has very great detail, and it's perfect to the way they have it in the comics. And especially since, like, the comics keep it consistent when it comes to this character. But I've seen in some stories with the Dark Avengers where he actually wears the old Hawkeye costume, whereas he doesn't wear long sleeves, which is okay too, but I like this version better, because you're not going to wear the short sleeve version all the time. I mean, it's got to get cold sometime. It's cold out here in New York right now. But getting back to the topic at hand, I also love the detail. I also love the detail here with his smile right here. You see this smile right there? Well, from far away it kind of looks like an evil smile. From close it doesn't too much. But you see the card art the prototype picture on the card right there. It looks very sinister. But it stayed true to it. I'm happy to see that the prototype and the figure, the actual product itself, came out exactly the same. I have no gripes. And well, another detail here is, see this right here, there's an elastic, and it's attaching this arrow over here. And it's, hold on. Oh, sorry. Well, this arrow right here is being held onto by this elastic. I'm not gonna take this elastic off because it's actually keeping the arrow in a very good place right now, so I can do all the poses here. And speaking of which, let's talk about articulation. Now, the arms can swivel. It swivels out the shoulder. It goes 360 degrees. The joint works perfectly fine. It's not hindered by anything, so it can go up and down. The wrist goes 360 degrees. Oh, sorry. Goes full 360. Same thing with this one. The torso here has that diaphragm joint too. It's actually like this Namor figure over here. Very much the same body type, just slightly smaller. And also the head goes 360 degrees, but it hardly goes up and down. It's very hindered. I don't know how, but it is. That's one small gripe that I have with it. And I hope they do make all the figures with the same neck joint that the Norman Osborn Iron Patriot figure had. I'd like to see that. And also the legs here, same legs as always. Oh, pull up a skirt. No. Same as always. It has those legs that you could pop off, so it's very good for customizing if you want to do that. Actually, if you cut this off, you could do some customizing of your own. And it's an almost plain body. You could get bits and pieces off other bodies and just put them all together. And since most of the heroes use this type of body type, it's not going to be that much of a problem. This leg has double joints as usual with the Marvel Universe figures. And also, this turns out the boot. The folded Marvel boots. Oh, Sorry, I knocked off the packaging there. And also the ankle. The ankle can go back and forth pretty well. But this articulation works fine for all the poses it can do, because you do want to, especially since it comes with this stand, obviously with its own name written on it, no surprise there. Also comes with this little card and the little letter there. The letter I won't read. It just says stuff you already know about the character, to be honest. If you read the comics. If you don't, then when you buy the figure, look through it. It kind of gives you a hint of things. But yeah, this articulation makes it perfect to be able to do whatever kind of pose you want, because nothing really hinders it. Maybe the head a little bit gets hindered, but that's alright with me. I'm not too nitpicky. With the figures. Not to say I settle for less, but I'm not that nitpicky either. You gotta enjoy it too, because at least they're giving us figures in a way too. And well, size comparison, he's slightly shorter than Iron Patriot, even if you take him off the stand here. Oh, hold on a second. He's slightly shorter than Iron Patriot, with or without the stand. And he's a lot smaller than Thor here, who is like a freaking behemoth compared to them. I swear Thor looks like he could just like kill anybody right there. But of course he can. He just doesn't choose to all the time. And well, as you can see, this is perfect for a Dark Avenger setup. But if you want to, you could switch this head for the other Hawkeye head, put that on, and use that for like a Avengers Reborn setup. Avengers Reborn as in being the Avengers from right now. And also, like, if you want to go for the Avengers from around the time of Avengers Disassembled, you could go for that too. Whereas you could just take this, paint it a bit, and that's it. But yeah, this is my review. So, I'll see you guys around. And also, check this on MarvelousNews.com if you want, since I post my reviews on there as of late. And yeah, appreciate you guys watching. See ya.